Well, hello everyone, welcome to round 9 of my F1 2012 career mode. This is Great Britain and I am Lovespuds. Now a quick run around the circuit with Mr. Davidson.
Okay, here we are, sunny Silverstone, around the final section and onto the new pit complex of this fantastic circuit. Use all the track that you can and all the exit curb as well. DRS open down that new start-finish straight in towards turn 1. Don't lift off come qualifying. You know you've got the car there for you with all that downforce. Slow it all down now though into the new loop section. Turn 3 and into turn 4. Very easy to lock up the inside front wheels. It goes unloaded through that left-hander, and watch out for the rear stepping out as well, as you're still demanding a lot from the rear tyres at that stage. Now onto the Wellington straight. We've got Brooklands coming up on the left, and you look to the right just after the 100-metre board. Brake there as you feed the car in. It tightens up just on the exit, and now towards Luffield. Hug the inside as much as you can. That always minimises the level of understeer that you get. A very tricky corner to get right. On the exit there, use a lot of the curb, and now here's the brave stuff coming up towards Copse. Old turn 1, lift off and back down on the throttle in 7th gear. Hang on in there on the exit, don't use too much of the curb itself, and then into the fast left and then right. Little feather on the throttle, down 2 gears into Beckett and down 1 more gear as well into the final right-hander of this sequence. Early on the throttle, as early as you can, because that opens up this straight, and it's very important to carry that momentum towards this corner, as it is an overtaking possibility come race day. Now down through the gears into Stowe Corner. Keep that minimum speed as high as you can to maximise the exit on the run down towards that final section of Club. Down through the gears again into 2nd and flick the car left to right. Watch out for that wheel spin on the exit though. You don't want to lose that traction, and that's a lap of Silverstone.
And here we go for my own lap of Silverstone. The grey clouds are overhead, so yes, it has been raining at least at one stage of qualifying. In this qualifying, it is dry enough for the option tyres. This is professional difficulty AI. This is still pre-patch, so they're not as fast as they are when in the coming races. But I think this is a pretty good lap for me, considering my level of skill. I guess. Running around there, first sector time was 31 seconds, so not looking too bad at all. I don't know how good it would be if I was on Legend, but still, this turned out to be quite a good lap. That's not the way to take the corner. Not the way to take it the best line possible. But it didn't do us too much harm. May have lost a couple of tenths or so maybe. This isn't brilliant either, coming out of there, that exit of that corner. Could have been better, but still 111.0. Still pretty good for us. We come down. We've already almost finished the lap. We come down to the fast little chicane, and then the last little kink of a corner before the start-finish line. There's our target time, 1:35.6, and we are 0.05 of a second down on Hamilton's time.
Second place on the grid. You should be really happy with that result.
2 Brits starting on the front row. Lewis Hamilton in his McLaren and Lovespuds in his Williams. So a very good result. Right, see if we can get a good result here. Starting on the front row, how good a start can we get? Trying to move across straight away. Didn't quite happen for taking the lead anyway. Got the inside line, which is quite nice, which is quite safe, but Alonso has gotten past. We should hopefully be able to outbrake everyone. Well, maybe not everyone. But going around the outside of Hamilton here seems to be paying off so far. Looks like it has. Going up this straight. I think this is the Wellington straight. And we are in the lead. We are actually expected to win this, so a little bit of pressure on today, considering the top teams are actually faster than me still. But still, let's see what we can do. It's these are long old races for me. I mean, they're only 25%, but they're still long enough for me to mess it up. So what can you say about this weekend's Grand Prix, Abu Dhabi? Well, that was probably the most exciting race I'd seen in quite a long time, actually. All the crashes, the overtaking, well, the overtaking by Vettel, I suppose, and Raikkonen, Mr. Kimi Raikkonen, winning his first race since his return. See, I knew he'd win one this season, I just knew it, I just didn't expect it to actually happen. But, oh well, very, very pleased for him. But yeah, I have to say Vettel did get quite lucky, though, with all those safety cars. First of all, when Rosberg slammed and flew over the top of Kartikeyan's HRT in one of the flat out sections of the track. I mean, in a different era that could have meant the death of Kartikeyan, but luckily we live in quite a safe age now, where a car can just fly over the top with no problems whatsoever. So yeah, so that caused out the first safety car, which meant Vettel was able to do his thing, even though he nearly got done over by Ricciardo, sort of slowing down on the main straight, and Vettel didn't realise he had to swerve to avoid him, went straight into the DRS sign. That was quite funny, if I do say so myself. It looked like things were going from bad to worse for him, you know. First of all, him making contact with another car, losing a bit of his wing, and then losing another bit of his wing on DRS sign. But he held on to that nicely. And then Hamilton, his race coming to an end prematurely on lap 19 or so. Another problem with the McLaren. If that McLaren didn't have so many problems this year, he could have been leading the titles. But hey ho, you can't look back on the past, can you? You can only look to the future, and that future involves Alonso and Vettel. Alonso could have done so well, he could have taken back the lead of the championship by now if Vettel didn't do what he done and come back through the field with the aid of the two safety cars. I mean, the second safety car was mostly Perez's fault, really. trying to get round Di Resta on a chicane where there's only really one line. I mean, Vettel and Button proved you could get through there without contact later on in the race, but it just shows the inexperience of the new guys, especially Perez. Hopefully he won't be trying to do that sort of rubbish in a McLaren, or not unless he actually knows what he's doing. But that was kind of a reckless move, trying to do that there, forcing Di Resta off the road, and then going off the road himself when Di Resta came back onto the circuit, and then recklessly coming back on into the path of none other than Grosjean. And with Grosjean's spatial awareness, he came out after the contact with Perez and managed to collect Webber as well, taking him out of the race. So that brought out a second safety car, which allowed Vettel to get up close and personal with the rest of the guys. And then he eventually made his way up to third. Probably would have taken Alonso if he didn't get stuck behind Button for quite a while.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep that up.
Yes, fair. I might have missed a few things. It has been a couple of days now since the race. I may have forgotten a few things that happened during it, but I have to say that was a very good race. If you haven't seen any of it, you should see at least some of the highlights, which is still on the BBC iPlayer website, because that was an extremely good race. Nothing like India whatsoever. I do agree that Vettel should start from the pit lane more often. Seems to well, make everyone go stupid, it seems, on the grid. The amount of contact that was made during the race, Jesus. Everyone was in silly season. Oh well. Another great drive from Alonso. Shame he couldn't capitalise. I mean, he's still 10 points behind Vettel, so yeah, we'll see if he can actually do something in America when that comes up in a couple of weeks' time. Oh, you know what? Really, truthfully, I think the Austin circuit's going to suit the Red Bull more, because of all those twists and turns, we need quite a lot of downforce. So I wouldn't be surprised if Red Bull actually did dominate again and Vettel be at the front on pole. I mean, there is a long straight, there is a couple of straights in there that Ferrari would be good at in a straight line speed, but seeing as the majority of the track is twisty and you need good downforce, I expect the Red Bull would be strong. So I don't really hold much hope for Alonso's chances, but you know, anything can happen, and it usually does, as Mario Walker used to say. So where are we on this? Oh yeah, I've got to come into the pits, I believe, on this lap. I'm sort of struggling for pace a bit, because they are right up my bum. I mean, really they should be up my backside, considering they are the top runners in the McLaren and the Ferrari. Ferrari doing extremely well in this game, but Hamilton, I think, is still at the top of the standings. If I remember what happened last time in Valencia, where I got that mysterious penalty that I still don't know where I got it from. But in the race I knew I got the penalty, so I don't know, I just can't remember where I got it from. So it looks like a couple of people have followed me into the pits. I guess Hamilton has. I think Alonso may have gone. No, hang on. I don't know. Well, I'm definitely in third position. I don't quite know who's behind me. Right, Alonso came into the pits. He's right there. So it looks like I'm coming out in 6th, maybe. Depends. So can't get out the pits in time. No. 7th, 8th behind Maldonado. Massa's just gone past as well. Apparently he's got a brake problem. The trouble is, when the engineer says things like this, I never notice any problems whatsoever. I don't know if that's a bug, but as I make a move on Massa, I don't know if I don't know if that's a bug that was fixed in the latest patch. I mean, as I say, this is before the patch still. So yeah, because when the engineer says, "Oh, so and so ahead's got a problem," "Oh, so and so's got a puncture," "Oh, he's got braking problems," "Oh yeah, sure he has," because he's flying away. He doesn't seem to have any problems whatsoever. So a few cars should be coming into the pits. I'm just trying to keep it on the track, which is the best policy, really. You don't want to go off-roading in these cars. They don't like it, that's for sure. So Maldonado's coming into the pits now. Mr. Pastor. Let's see how many places we can make up again as the other guys are in the pits. I don't expect to be in front after this, mainly because they have got more pace than I have, especially that McLaren. As you can see, Hamilton is an hour out in front of us. It's going to be a bit of a hard job to catch up to him. My tyres are a bit warmer though, so I might have a little bit of a chance to do it now. But once that McLaren warms its tyres up, it's going to run away with it. Not actually that many more laps to go, so the win is looking a bit out of reach if I don't catch him soon.
He might make a mistake. The gap is only 2 seconds.
It says the gap is only 2 seconds. Equal gaps between... I am literally in the middle of Hamilton and Alonso there. The gaps were literally the same. I think it was about 2.248 seconds. Don't see that very often. Ooh, a bit of a slide almost. Squeal from the tyres. So, yeah, that wasn't very good. I lost a lot of time there. You got to be so careful going into those corners. You have to get the right line, the right speed, the right braking, the right acceleration. You have to get everything perfect on those corners, which is why they are also, well, A, so famous, and B, so loved by the drivers. The skill, precision, and the G-forces as you go into those corners. Unfortunately, I'll never be able to experience those sort of G-forces. But I can only imagine it'd be such an experience to go through those corners. So lap 8 of 13. Wow, that went fast. No, I'm not going to move my brake balance forward because it doesn't seem to make any difference whatsoever. And to be honest, I'd rather lock my rear brakes. Okay, maybe I will try for a while. This is before I made up my mind on not using the brake bias settings. And now I slide. I knew I shouldn't have changed my brake bias. God damn it. Now I'm going to switch my fuel to Mitch. Up to Rich. And I'm going to slide around because I've got crap all over my tyres. So that's cost me a few places. I'm now tying 4th. I shouldn't have messed around with my brake bias, especially at the final part of that straight. I think that probably put me off a little bit and made me miss my braking and turning zones. Let's see if I can catch up to Kobayashi. It's not going to be easy. The Sauber is pretty quick. Clean, just tyres just holding on for dear life as you fly around that corner. Stuff the marbles. It's the grass I'm worried about. I can see the Sauber up ahead. It's so distressing when I can't catch up to them. But you know, that's what I like about its difficulty level. I mean, you have to be perfect to catch up to them. I mean, that's the challenge, I suppose. I mean, especially when I'm in a Williams as well. I shouldn't be catching them that easily. I mean, maybe catching up to the Sauber, but the rest of them I don't really expect to catch them. Because professional is definitely where my difficulty level is at on this game. I'm not quite up to the legend standard I was in 2011, but even then in 2011 I was basically holding everyone up. I mean, I was getting ahead of them and starting up a spuds train, basically. Everyone was up behind me, I just had to keep them behind me most of the time. Apart from the second season, when the Williams was better, when it had finished a few places up on the constructors table, and obviously once you do that, the next season the car is improved and a lot better. So I was actually able to on some races make a commanding lead. But that was 2011, this is 2012. Don't quite have the advantage of the exhaust blown diffusers, which gave you a crap load of downforce. Maybe that's why there's a lot of like understeer in this game, because they're maybe trying to simulate the effects of the regulation changes in respect of the exhaust blown diffusers. I mean, maybe that's why they done it, I don't know. I mean, they obviously reduced the understeer a little bit because people probably complained too much. And, well, from the demo it was pretty awful. But where it is right now, I think it's pretty good. I don't suppose it won't be long before the stupid lap times start rolling in, like the 1 minute around Monaco or something like that. I'm sure there'll always be an exploit or a cheater out there who likes to, you know, just do it because he can. Not that I have any respect for them whatsoever. I do like the genuinely fast people though. They just amaze me. I mean, you know, they probably wouldn't be able to do it in a real F1 car, but in the virtual world, they certainly do have my respect. That's for sure. I wish I could be as fast as some of these guys. But I'm quite happy with where I'm at.
We think the car behind is running on 4 revs. He's trying to close the gap.
So I can't complain too much. So we got about 2 laps to go. Wow, 1, 2, 3 laps to go. As Alonso sets the fastest lap for 1:38. The win is definitely out of reach as Button actually sets the fastest lap now, making an answer to Alonso's time. I don't know where Button is in the standings, to be honest, because I'm assuming up front is Hamilton, Alonso and then Kobayashi. And assuming Alonso is ahead, as he set the fastest lap first, and then Button must be somewhere behind Grosjean, if not, you know, 6th maybe. That's cool. At least Grosjean's keeping his nose clean in this race. Did he have any incidents this year in British Grand Prix? I'm pretty sure he did, but I don't know if it was actually his fault or not. Yeah, I mean the funny thing about Grosjean is he is a champion. He's a GP2 champion of last year, and then he steps into a Formula 1 car and then just loses all spatial awareness. It seems maybe he's just still got the mindset of, you know, he can get in there and have no consequences of his actions. I'm sure he'll learn. Hopefully he'll be with Lotus next year. His contract is still yet to be confirmed. But it looks likely that he'll probably still be there next year. Hopefully he'll have a better year. Because he is extremely fast, that's for sure, when he doesn't bash into people. Not making much of an impression on Kobayashi. Gap seems to be still about the same. Just while I think about it, just have a quick mention about my Assassin's Creed videos and the reason why they're being uploaded so frequently, as I've pretty much done daily uploads for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 days now or something like that. I don't really know. But the reason they are going up so quickly is because they are live commentary, and you know, all I've got to do is chop them, render them and upload them. Whereas his F1 videos, I do the post commentary on the day, so it does take a little bit longer. And sometimes don't always have time, or I'm knackered, so I go straight to bed. Which is why, you know, otherwise I would be doing F1 pretty much daily. So, do a bit of corner cutting there. But yeah, that's the reason for my frequent upload of Assassin's Creed. And sort of like every other day for F1, because I've also got to sort of make sure I've got something to talk about as well, because no, I'm not the most imaginative of people. I can't just babble on for ages, even though I do a pretty good job of it sometimes. Don't even notice that half an hour's gone past, and oh look, 25 minutes gone past, as I say, as I'm talking about that. But I do just babble on, of course. But you know, I do try and make sure I've got something to talk about. I mean, I usually have the Formula 1 news up, have a look through it, see if there's anything worth mentioning, and then that's that. And then the rest of what I talk about is crap, or what's happening on screen if there's something interesting going on. But in this race there wasn't really much going on really. I mean, there's a little bit of overtaking at the start, but I haven't been able to catch up to anyone. As you can see, the gap to Kobayashi is 2.6 seconds, so I haven't really made an impression. But Grosjean hasn't caught up to me either, so it's not too bad. But coming around to the final corners now, Lewis Hamilton has won the race, and as I go around the final corner, I'm going to come home in 4th place, which wasn't really the result I was looking for. Not going to get our first win just yet, but still 4th place, good amount of points. I think there's about 12 points. Yep, it is. So it could be worse.
Congratulations, that's a well-deserved 4th.
Pastor Maldonado finishing down there in 12th place. Button was in 9th. So Sergio Perez didn't finish the race. I don't know what happened to him. Charles P, yeah, pretty much the usual suspects down the bottom, mixed in with Felipe Massa. Pedro de la Rosa actually getting his HRT further up than 23rd. It's always weird. Red Bulls are not doing too well this year. But at the top, as you can see, Lewis Hamilton is leading from Fernando Alonso. The gap is only 6 points, so it's going to be a real tough fight for the championship, it looks like. I'm in 9th place down there with 44 points, just ahead of Pastor Maldonado, who's got 27. And yeah, not much going on down the bottom there. Let's have a look at the constructors in a moment. Yeah. So McLaren Mercedes at the top with 260, 82 points behind our Scuderia Ferrari. 3rd a Lotus, 4th a Red Bull. Don't really usually see them down there, do you? Williams are in 6th, looking good. So yeah, what it remains for me to say is goodbye and join me for round 10, Germany. I'll see you next time.